Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of My Community. I'm here with my boy, Anthony, just trying to make it Galbreath. Anthony, how we doing today, bud?
Doing wonderful, man. Doing wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Of course, buddy. It's always a pleasure seeing you. Before we get into today's topic of struggle, Anthony, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself, my guy?
All right. I am Anthony Galbreath, as John mentioned. I am a unofficial motivational speaker, also known as the One Line King.
He is 100%.
No, man, just all around, just, regular guy in a normal society. But just trying to make it, day to day, living a dream, trying to stay awake though. But yeah, that's it, man. I do tech, I'm a single father, 2 kids. And that's it, man. Just trying to make it in life. Just like the next man.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, man. That really is the line that encapsulates who you are as a person. And I totally agree with the fact that we all are just trying to make it, because life, man, it's so fucking damn hard, bro.
Yeah.
It really is. And it knocks you down so often, but
it's getting harder as we get older.
Yeah, no, it definitely gets easier. But we keep plugging along. Plugging along.
Yeah,
but
stuck in the cogwheel.
But and why don't you take the reins on this one and give us your struggle to triumph tale of single fatherhood and your journey also in the media industry, and why don't you take the torch, big guy?
Got you. So I'll start with the media situation that happened, because it happened when I was a teenager, late teenager. I was a part of a rap group with 2 other guys. They were older than me. It was a part of their connection. They had a connection with this guy at Def Jam, which is a record label in New York, based out of New York. Went in, played some music for, I can't remember the guy's name, but played some music for him. And he ended up pulling me to the side at the time and wanted me to basically sign on, but not the other 2. It wasn't my connection. It wasn't my meeting. It wasn't, I was just there, just a part of the situation. And back then as a kid, you always just, loyalty is everything. And I was just like, nah, man, I can't do that. They brought me up here. I wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for one of them that had the connection. Yeah. So I was just like, nah, I can't do that, man. You gotta take us all. Yeah. And, and that take us all mentality, crabs in a bucket. But, yeah, so I ended up not doing it, and I never seen that guy again. Never progressed. So, as time fast forwards, none of them got anywhere.
No,
none of them blossomed into making it into that industry or anything like that.
Do you think it was a little bit because of that decision, where it was this guy's like, oh, I'm gonna blackball these boys now, forever, or something like that? Because obviously, as we know, the music business and Hollywood, it's not the friendliest organization.
Right.
So
not necessarily. I don't think it was a blackball, because we weren't knocking down doors, so to speak.
Okay.
It was more of he heard what was hot and he was like, I can make something out of this type of thing.
Right.
So I feel like we could have went somewhere. In hindsight, I probably should have took it and then just brought them with me later. But again, you know what I mean? As a kid, you're like, loyalty is everything. You know what I mean? So
no, dude, I firmly believe you did the right thing, dude. And
did I?
No. We wouldn't be here right now having this conversation, man.
True.
But it's a testament to your character, and because that moment for you is one of those road less traveled moments, right? Where it's a lot of people would have maybe taken that apple from the python, metaphorically speaking, and gone on that journey and screwed over their boys.
Somebody got to get short end of the stick.
Yeah. But no, dude, you did the right thing, and I think a lot of people would applaud you for that. And as your friend of many years now, I truly appreciate it, and I'm not surprised at all that you took that road.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. But why don't you go into now your journey as a single father and how that's shaped who you are?
Yeah. So after the whole music thing, I quit that a couple years later due to my child's mother. I carrying my kids at the time. That fizzled out. That relationship fizzled out. Long story less long, I ended up having custody of the kids since they were like little toddlers. And just that saying, it takes a village.
Yeah, absolutely.
True as hell. True as hell. I ended up getting custody of the kids after going through court and all that fun stuff, which is never fun. Court sucks ass.
I can't even imagine, bro.
Especially for a man, it sucks ass when you walk in there. Never forget, walk in there because it was like two parts. I was divorcing her because we were married, and I was
going for full custody, right?
Yeah. So what ended up happening was when I was trying to get the paperwork for the divorce situation, it was like a bunch of women that was working behind the table counter, and it was like they were just so
judgmental,
rude, and I was like, hey, I'm looking, I'm looking for paperwork for this and this. This wouldn't give me no sort of direction of how to fill it out, what to fill out, what to return, what needed to be notarized, etc. It took for a man that was way behind them to see me come up to the front, pull me to the side and go, hey man, look, listen, this is what you do. I'm going to put little yellow, the little stickers that you stick on the side of the papers.
Yeah.
Like the little bookmarks.
Yeah.
He was like, look, this is what you fill out. This is what you return, et cetera, et cetera. And I was just so thankful that he helped me through that rough patch because I'm like, damn, dude, I'm like lost as hell. Like I ain't never had to do this before. Like, what do I do? So, after that whole situation, my grandmother who was retired, and my mom she was still working, but later retired, they ended up helping me a big deal raising the kids and making sure, I would always make sure I would do drop-offs and pickups and stuff like that, but they would step in and do aftercare. And it's like, hey, you don't have to pay for aftercare. We'll take care of it, and in return, because I'm not that type of person to use people, I would pay them, in return to take care of them, pick them up, take them places and stuff like that. Still to this day, when they offer to take them somewhere, I give a little bit of money, like, because they're older and I'm like, they don't eat off the kids menu. You know what I mean? That stuff get expensive.
Yeah, no, dude, it adds up, man.
But yeah, absolutely. But, like I said, it 100% takes a village to raise kids. So I'm forever thankful for that. But I feel like sometimes you gotta hit obstacles in order to make sure you dust yourself off and win. You know what I mean? Like I say this all the time. I feel like I was dragged through hell in order to come out without burn marks.
Okay.
So I made it through that particular journey in order to become who I am today, to become a better person, make sure I got my head on right, make sure that I'm able to elevate myself in life, job wise, career wise, to make sure I can provide for my kids by myself. I don't get any financial help from her. I don't, and this is not a shit on her segment. Oh, my bad, I cursed.
No. Yeah, you're good.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that I'm happy that I'm in a position and blessed enough to be able to do these things by myself without asking for any financial assistance from anyone. You know what I mean? A homeowner, and being able to do that with two kids, one being 16, one being 13, as you get like a break period. When they're infants, they're expensive as hell. Diapers and daycare, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when they start going to school, catching the bus, it's like, oh snap, I don't have to pay for this wine. You know what I'm saying? So you get like a little financial break right there, and then as soon as they hit like
the
10,
the 10s and 11s and 12s, now they want a lot of stuff. And
my son's like, oh man, I'm looking for like a Honda Civic. I'm like, use your feet, man. Like,
we're still in the Flintstone age, son.
Like, what you mean? Man. But yeah, man, it's hard. You know what I mean? Especially, like I said, any single parent, not like a single father or anything like that. Shout out to the single fathers though, because it's hard harder, I would say, because we don't get a fair shake in the media's eyes or in the court system's eyes. But to be able to be who I am, is purely thankful for the situation I was able to get out of, as well as my kids motivating me to be a better person at the end of the day. But like I said, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. It's not easy to do. It's not, even when I moved, because I used to live in a multifamily home with my mom in the first unit. So I was, blessed enough to have that situation. But to be able to save up money, move, flip that house into selling it, and then move into a different situation, and thankful to have friends in that area and their mom being retired to check on my kids when they would get out of school, because when COVID happened, they were doing schoolwork from home. So to have, shout out to Ashley, to have her mom go over to my house, check on the kids for like an hour and a half, and then double back, to make sure, hey, Anthony, they're good. I made sure that they ate. It's, like I said, it takes a village, and I'm just super thankful for, those people in my life to help me get to where I am right now.
Yeah, it's that support network that's really made it work for you, right?
Absolutely, man. Wouldn't change it. Wouldn't change it.
What would you say are some of like the three like things as being a single father that really like I guess like define your journey, if that makes sense. Like, for example, like were there moments where it's like this is for me, like I really do enjoy doing this, like whether it be the little things or there was like a moment where it was like maybe teaching your daughter how to ride a bike or something. I was like,
she don't know how to ride a bike.
Okay. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, she refuses.
Oh, okay.
Taught my son though. So
there you go.
Win-win.
Yeah.
Oh, man, just to be able to have them, because like in the first couple of years, when they're small, I feel like they wait for you to slip up to be able to get them, so
yeah.
I made sure I trained them to, be kind, be courteous, make sure they do good in school. They're honor roll students, you know what I mean? And I'm just thankful that they're able to understand and follow the rules and understand that I'm trying to make a better life for them.
Sure.
So they're purely the motivation that I have in order to continue to go on.
That's awesome, buddy.
Yeah. So it's just, those moments there where they're doing great in school, them just, growing up to be outstanding human beings. You know what I mean? Respectful and stuff like that. So it's like a reflection of oneself. You know how they say if your kids go outside, I don't know if your parents ever said, don't embarrass me when you leave the house. Because you're a reflection upon them.
I got you.
You walk down the street, your next door neighbor knows your parents. They see you acting stupid. They're like, damn, look at how they raising them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to see them be respectful, always get, good. I get good compliments from their friends' parents and stuff like that. So, I figured I'm doing something right.
Dude, that's awesome. See, that's the validation that you want and you absolutely deserve, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, because you did mention you're a motivational speaker.
Unofficially.
Yeah. One day we're going to get up on that stage, man. I'm telling you. I'm putting that in the universe, baby. But ever since we've known each other, since Make-A-Wish, I'd say at least 8 years ago or something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. You've always been a candidate for me that has been in my corner and has I guess saw something in me and has always inspired me and had phone call conversations with me and said keep going through the process, whether it was through my mania, through all my creative projects, through all my jobs and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. And you've been like a brother to me, truly. And I want the audience to recognize your character, not just as a father, but also as a friend and a surrogate brother, because you mean a lot to me, and I just wanted
I
to
appreciate that.
get that on the air as well, because I think that's important to recognize our friends.
I appreciate that, man. You know, you're like a brother to me too.
Yeah, no, absolutely,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
But before we close this chapter of the podcast, my friend, of the struggle series, because you are the last one. Now it's on to
Finally got it done.
yeah, we finally got it done. Now it's on to motivation, which is fitting because because you're motivational.
I got a ton of them.
But to wrap it all up, do you have any closing words for the audience?
Even when things feel like, you know, you want to give up and things feel like your back is against the wall. You know, my father always told me, it was like, man, you just gotta stay calm in any situation and think. You know, don't dwell on the problem. Think of a solution.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you don't want to be down too long where you can't get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he always told me, he said, at some point in life, nobody's gonna come and help you. You have to help yourself.
Mm.
And I always remember that, because I'm like, you know what, at the end of the day, you got to stand on your own 2 feet.
It's true.
You know, so just keep pushing hard and move forward, man. You know, you could come out of any situation. You just got to put your best foot forward and think, you know what I mean? And think of a solution and get out of it.
Yeah, no, man. I totally agree with that. And at least we're giving it our best, right, man?
That's all we could do at this point. In the world we live in right now, man,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
No, dude, it is so whack. It's so whack out here, bro.
Living is a struggle.
Oh my god. Before we go though, and just so everyone knows, on your tombstone, what would it read for the audience? Because
At least I tried.
Because that's all we can do as people, as adventurers, as pioneers. At least we tried, man.
Yeah.
But that's all we have for today. On our next episode, we'll make a wish upon a star. Have a good day, guys.